Hello, and welcome to episode number 546 of the TEW 2020 Challenge Run. And welcome to the final episode of the TEW 2020 Challenge Run. We are here for Money at the Bank here on Saturday, week 4 of June 2024, and yes, with the new game coming out, next week, this is the final episode of TEW 2020. The series will continue on to the new game. But I think I've said this all in the community post and on video a couple of times before, but what hurts it doing it again. Series will continue as per. This is effectively the season finale for season 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, yeah. This is effectively the season 9 finale. The next episode will be, an episode 0 of TEW 9. And then, we'll do the goal setting there. And then, the next episode of Raw will be episode 1 of TEW 9 Challenge Run. But yes, this is Money in the Bank 2024 here in Montreal. We've got 3 Money in the Bank ladder matches, the men's, women's, and the first ever tag team Money in the Bank ladder match taking place tonight. We have 3 World Championship matches, they're all triple threats. Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, and Gunther is our main event for the WWE Championship on Raw. The World Heavyweight Championship on SmackDown. Swerve Scott defends against Daniel Bryan and Bobby Lashley. And on ECW, Jey Uso defends against Warden and Austin Theory. We also have Neville defending the US title against Sami Zayn in his hometown of Montreal. We have Bayley defending the WWE Women's Championship in a steel cage match against Bianca Belair. And we have the Women's Liberty Championship on the line as Rhea Ripley defends against Kim McQueen. And without any more further ado, I think it's been long enough. It's time to run into our final show of TEW, the final show I'll ever book on this game. A little bit emotional. An end of an era tonight. We kick action off on the pre-show with a tag team match to be announced on Raw. It was Wes Lee and Buddy Murphy against Christian and Dijak, and our babyface team do pick up the win here tonight. The team of Wes Lee and Buddy Murphy defeat Christian and Dijak. Wes Lee pins Christian in 11:38. Imagine some miscommunication on the half of Christian and Dijak leads to the babyfaces picking up the win. 84 for Buddy Murphy, 83 for Wes Lee, 77 for Dijak, 74 for Christian. And yeah, big win for the babyface team here. Money in the Bank intro, highlighting some of our top matches, including 2 of our World Championship matches, and then the men's and women's Money in the Bank ladder match. And yeah, we kick off the main show with our first of 3 Money in the Bank ladder matches. This will be the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. 81, with 9 moving parts in it. That seems reasonable. I'm checking the performances. 94 for Jimmy Uso, 90 for Andrade Cien Almas. Jacob Fatu gets an 84. 92 for Chad Gable, 78 for Jay White, 91 for Adam Cole, 79 for Damian Priest, 85 for Ilya, and an 80 for Solo. Jimmy got a 94, fucking hell. Anyway, yeah, that is the lineup you see on your screens. Jimmy Uso, Andrade Cien Almas, Jacob Fatu, Chad Gable, Jay White, Adam Cole, Damian Priest, Ilya Dragunov, and Solo Sikoa. I haven't got a lot of specific spots in mind here. We've got 3 Bloodline guys in there, so, Solo and Jacob are going to go at it. So are Solo and Jimmy, Jacob and Jimmy. We're going to get all 3 combinations of those going at it, for you Bloodline loyalists out there. But, the other guys are all in here just because I think they'd be good. Damian Priest, I guess, serves as the babyface big guy by proxy because, the Grand Jury are heels, but Solo's more of a heel. Oh, what am I saying? Jacob Fatu's in the match. Okay, so he's the babyface big guy. He does a moonsault off the ladder onto somebody through the table. Probably Jimmy? Yeah. I know he hates both, but it probably would work more on Jimmy than Solo. Ilya Dragunov does an H-bomb off a ladder because he's a mad cunt. Yeah, he's busted himself wide open. And in the end, all men are fighting for the briefcase, but only one man can pull it down. And the winner of this match, and the 2024 men's Money in the Bank winner, thank you, is Chad Gable. He retrieves the briefcase, and yeah, Chad Gable, fresh off a win over CM Punk at Clash at the Castle on his new heel turn, has finally got his hands on Money in the Bank. 94 for Jimmy. I thought he got overall that. 90 for Andrade, 84 for Jacob, 92 for Gable, 78 for Jay White, 91 for Adam Cole, 79 for Damian Priest, 85 for Ilya, 80 for Solo. Gable, to me, like, I like to look at this, like, if I wasn't me and I was watching this series, who would I look at as who I think would be the favourites to win? I'd say Gable was definitely one of them. Him and Adam Cole, I think, would have been the main two that stand out to me. That I thought, yeah, this guy's probably going to win Money in the Bank. Maybe Ilya is an outside bet, but, like, he hadn't really been focused on, and he's doing the tag team stuff, so, like... Or, like, maybe Solo for the Bloodline story, but I'm not fucking putting Money in the Bank on Solo Sikoa. You're lucky he's got a mid-card belt. But yes, Chad Gable does retrieve the briefcase to win Money in the Bank. What the fuck, AJ? Just a recap segment of the final closing 10 minutes of Raw. We did the fake AJ Styles retirement angle. He laid out his tag team partner Finn Balor, turned heel, hit him with that Styles Clash off the steps. And then it is announced that on Monday's Raw, the first episode of Raw of TEW 9, the very first segment will be AJ Styles addressing those actions. Yo, 80, okay. This is why I gave Kim the match. Like, there was really a part of me that was like, I don't know, I could squeeze an ECW women's title match on this show and then do Rhea and Kim McQueen on ECW. But, like, I wanted to give her the pay-per-view spotlight. Because, like, she's not winning, and it's fine that she's not winning. Because I don't think that, you know, having her be unbeaten, like, really matters that much. Like, a lot of people put a lot more weight into it than I think it's a crutch. I think I've said this before. Like, if she'd have been undefeated for so long, putting a belt on her would have felt like a crutch, because, like, how do you get it off her? And, like, and all of her title matches would be predictable. So, yeah, just showing that she can lose, but I want to give her that spot to put up a fight and, you know, have a banger on pay-per-view. Which she does do, so, you know, she lost, but she won. She didn't go over, but she got over, as the old saying goes. But yes, Rhea Ripley does defeat Kim McQueen here in 9 minutes and 1 second with a riptide to make defense number 7 of the Women's Liberty Championship. 97 for Rhea Ripley, 59 for Kim McQueen. And yeah, Rhea stands tall, you know, she's looking down. I imagine, like, because they're two big, strong mothers, like, they were elbowing each other. And, like, Rhea looks down, she's got, like, a bloody mouth. And you can see she wants to show respect to Kim McQueen, but can't bring herself to do it. And then, you know, her and Tatum Paxley jump on Kim, start 2-on-1 attacking her. When who rushes out from the back to make the save? Candice LeRae. She's got a kendo stick, she starts kendo sticking Rhea in the back. You know, Tatum Paxley tries to get at Candice, she also takes the kendo stick shots. And Candice sends the two run-ins, you know, she waves the kendo stick around in the air. Points at Rhea as she retreats up the ramp. And yeah, you know, she's been calling out Rhea Ripley for like 2 or 3 weeks now. She's tired of being ignored, Candice LeRae chasing off the Liberty Champion. You know, helping Kim McQueen to her feet and, like, imagine, like, leaving the ring and, like, letting her soak up the applause. You know, she did do good tonight. I was expecting something in the 70s, but Rhea is just a fucking god. I don't know why I expected anything less. Hype video for the World Heavyweight Championship triple threat match. Swerve Scott, Bobby Lashley, Daniel Bryan. The story between these two goes back like a month, even before Clash at the Castle. You know, when the Hurt Business challenged Daniel Bryan and Pete Dunne for the tag titles. They, you know, Daniel Bryan, Bobby Lashley still sniffing around the world title along with Drew McIntyre before he got cancelled. Yeah. And now, obviously this was originally going to be a fatal 4-way, but Drew's not in the match because he was a naughty boy. So yeah, I had to at least punish him for something. So yeah, triple threat match, Swerve Scott, Daniel Bryan, and Bobby Lashley for the World Heavyweight Championship. Who will take the World Heavyweight title into TEW 9? Fucking hell! 98, I didn't expect that. I expected something in the 90s, because, well, it's Daniel Bryan, and Swerve is also scoring in the high 90s. He actually scores a 96, so yeah. But Bobby Lashley only scored an 82, so I guess he got carried low-key, but it's fine. It's Big Bob, you know, he held his own. And in the end, Swerve does defeat Bobby Lashley and Daniel Bryan in 1723, pinning Bobby Lashley with that house call kick to make defense number 4 of the World Heavyweight title. 96 for Swerve, 82 for Bobby, and a 92 for Daniel Bryan. Swerve's run as the world, he's low-key, like, in terms of in-game ratings and just how I like him, like his character, quickly becoming one of my favorite world champions of the whole save. Not gonna kid you. Like, yeah, he's performing like that, and I really like his character in the promos I cut for him, and, like, even throwaway feuds. I know I'm patting myself on the back here, and you might comment and go, Colin, I think Swerve's boring in your save. But, like, to me, like, when I'm cutting the promos, I feel like if I'm in the zone, and I feel like I always end up getting in the zone when I'm doing Swerve. So, like, he's quickly becoming, like, one of my MVPs of the whole save. He's on track to be Wrestler of the Year so far. Oh, speaking of, I forgot, we're going to get the half-year awards on the start of July, so that will technically be at the end of this video. Yeah. But anyway, yes, Swerve. I just stop glazing him, get off my knees, and continue to the next match, which I believe is the first ever tag team Money in the Bank ladder match. 77. Okay, sure. David Fritz got a broken nose, so I guess that sort of brought the match down, I guess. Yeah. Obviously, you can't do 6-way tag matches on this game, so only 4 of these teams were in the match in the actual game, but you just know that it is all 6 of them. It is Oro Mensah and Montez Ford and the Grand Jury from Raw. It's ECW's Fritz Brothers and the House of Black, and from SmackDown it's the Labyrinth and Pretty Deadly. So yeah, Montez Ford, frog splash off a ladder. He actually won men's Money in the Bank last year. And, you know, Oro Mensah is 24 hours removed from a High Wires match as well. You know, he's been showing out a lot recently. But yes, you know, this is basically, you know, you saw the ladder match from real life WrestleMania. That's how a 6-man tag ladder match goes. And the winners, and the new, first ever Mr.'s Money in the Bank, you know. You got Drake Chambers up on the top. He's reaching for that holy grail. Can the treasure hunter achieve the holy treasure that nobody in WWE history has ever achieved? He shoved off the top, through a table to the outside, and up climbs and retrieves the briefcase. Yes, boy. Elton Prince pulls the case down. And our first tag team Money in the Bank winners, they will go down in the record books, in history, is Pretty Deadly. 76 for Kit Wilson, 74 for Elton Prince, 67 for Oro Mensah, 82 for Montez Ford, 81 for David Fritz, 77 for Kevin Fritz, 73 for Brody King, and a 63 for Ciampa. And then, you know, imagine ratings for the Grand Jury and the Labyrinth, because they couldn't actually be in the match. But yes, yes boy, we have 2 tasty snacks as our initial tag team Money in the Bank winners. And looking like future WWE Tag Team Champions. I know David Fritz broke his nose. Thank you, Nene Takahashi. Excuse me? So this match, not AED, I'm reading the individual ratings. It goes 11 minutes and 14, because I thought, you know, it's the Russo title match. You know, put it in the middle of the show. It will be like a nice little fun match in the middle, but nothing blow away. Oh no, they get a 90. 86 for Jey Uso, 88 for Warden, and a 73 for Austin Theory. And yeah, you know, the dynamics here are kind of weird, because there'd obviously be parts where Warden and Theory want to work together to take down Jey. And then obviously the egos of Warden and Theory can't coexist, so they end up fighting each other. And then there would also be parts where Theory and Jey have to team up to take out the big threat of Warden. And then there were also times where Warden and Jey want to work together because Austin Theory's a dickhead and they want to beat him up. But yes, the finish is, of course, Jey Uso pinning Austin Theory to retain the ECW World Championship. To tear kayfabe back a little bit, this went right down to the wire. I had 2 storylines. Let's just say, Theory was always in here to eat the pin. Like, yeah. But I had one path where Warden won the title here, and I had one path where Jey kept the title here. And I was umming and ahhing between the 2 for a long time. And, like, literally, as I was booking this show, it went down to the wire. And I decided that I preferred the path where Jey retained the title, so Jey retained the title. And yes, the stories immediately start as soon as the match ends. Because, you see Warden. I imagine he got slammed through the announce table at some point in the match. You see him, glaring over the side of the apron at Austin Theory, who's just now getting to his feet. And, of course, Warden just stares daggers through Austin Theory. Because this man just cost him his chance at redemption. Of getting back against the bloodline. Theory's, cowering away in the corner. As Warden, walks towards him like he's ready to absolutely beat the fuck out of him. When the Tongans slide into the ring. And Warden, he's not backing down from the Tongans. He's like, okay, I'll fucking fight you too. And then Tama Tonga sort of puts his hand on Warden's chest. And he goes, trust me, I get it. But you can't. You can't put a hand on him. And I know you don't trust us because we're family. But if you hate the bloodline too, you'd listen to us. And Warden sort of is he's very confused. And then he goes to walk towards Fury again. Tama Tonga goes, no, Russo will fire you if you put your hands on Fury. So I'd advise against it. And, Warden, he again looks down at Theory. Then he just angrily throws a fit, leaves the ring, storms up the ramp into the back. And Theory, his expression quickly changes from panic to a big shit-eating smile. He goes, thanks, guys. He goes to hug the Tongans, and they just walk away and leave him. And Theory falls to the floor. 83. Yeah. Not really much else to say about this. Bianca Belair and Bayley steel cage match. Bayley does retain. She manages to pit the Rose Plant on Bianca Belair in 1606 to make defense number 4 of the WWE Women's title. 81 for Bayley, 78 for Bianca. This is the sort of story where I will continue to say, it doesn't matter. Because, I don't think anybody really thought Bianca was winning the title here. But, I enjoyed the story to get here. And, yeah. I got two pay-per-view matches out of it, and, we knew Bianca wasn't really winning, or at least I would have known, but yeah. It's still a little fun little arc for both women. 81 for Bayley, 78 for Bianca. And now Bayley can move on to Raw, where she will be a part of a tag match. It'll be her and Cora Jade against Roxy Perez and Alexa Bliss. Sami Zayn, he does the Montreal entrance. You know the one. The sick entrance you've seen all over Twitter, through the crowd, one shot. He does that. Sami Zayn, in his hometown, challenging for the United States Championship against a rival of his past, Neville. 95 rated match. Yeah. Apparently there was a lack of psychology to go 18 minutes and 15 seconds. I disagree, game, but you do you. The match all got 95, so I don't really care that much. But yeah, it's Sami Zayn, his hometown, baby facing. And, it's a devil, so he takes, a bunch of sick DDT bumps. I imagine specifically, Sami does that DDT through the ring post on the outside, plants Neville down the outside, and Neville does, the pack DDT cell. And then, yeah. Sami gets Neville in the corner, goes for the haluva kick, Neville dodges out of the way. And, as he does, Neville has exposed the turnbuckle in the corner. And Sami crashes his knee into the back of it. And then Neville continues the assault on Sami Zayn's bad knee. And he traps him in the brutalizer. And then after about a minute of struggling, Sami Zayn passes out in the brutalizer. And Neville retains the United States Championship in Montreal. Sami passes out. Still United States Champion. Neville. And then as soon as he passes out and the bell rings, he does get off him. But he just sits there for a minute, just staring down at his down body. Out of disgust that, Sami took him to his limit here. 91 for Neville, 83 for Sami Zayn. And yeah, Neville leaves the ring. And he holds the title and he goes, I told you, Sami. You might as well quit. You'll never take this championship from my cold, dead hands. And then Sami does start to get to life. The Montreal crowd is, of course, fighting back tears, emotional. Their boy lost, but, they're letting him know that he gave his all tonight. Sammy, he gets to his feet. He's holding back tears. He goes to the ringside. His wife's there. His children are there. He gives them big hugs. And then, cameo, Kevin Owens is in the front row as well. He bought a ticket, I guess, since he doesn't work here anymore. And then him and Sammy have a big hug in the front row. And he's like telling him, you did good. You did great. Don't give up. You'll get him next time. And Sami Zayn's music plays. And he just sadly walks to the back as he gets serenaded by the Montreal crowd. Yeah. A very defeated Sami Zayn here. Then see Bayley, backstage, coming out of her locker room. She just got finished, getting changed out of her ring gear. She leaves her locker room. She sees Cora Jade walking through the hallway. She goes, "Way to go, champ! I knew you could do it. Now, I've got my match coming up next. I hope you'll pay attention to me." And she walks off. And Cora Jade's music hits. And we now move on to our penultimate match of the evening, which is for the women's Money in the Bank briefcase. Another 81. This is a much better 81 than the men's match because, some of the women in here aren't scoring too great. Like, you've got Kelsey Cook on a 69, Blair Davenport on a 69, 73 for Alba Fire, 72 for Stephanie Vaquer, 71 for Tiffany. In fact, everybody in this match scored in the 70s or below, apart from Utami, who scored an 83. But yes, there's your lineup for the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Cora Jade, Piper Niven, Blair Davenport, Stephanie Vaquer, Alba Fire, Zelina Vega, Tiffany Strand, Kelsey Cook, and Utami Hayashishita. Big spots in this match. You've got Alba Fire. I imagine she's going to hit a swanton bomb off a ladder onto somebody. Tiffany's going to do a big dive to the outside. Hopefully people catch her this time. Piper Niven, a big Michinoku driver off the apron through a bridged, a ladder bridged on the announce table. Probably to Stephanie Vaquer. She'd probably take that bump. She'd probably be down for that. Zelina Vega code red off a ladder onto somebody else. And then, at the end of the match, you've got two ladders up in the ring. Tiffany Strand, she's all alone in the ring. She gets her hands on the briefcase. Cora Jade flies up and she starts punching Tiffany Strand. Tiffany and Cora fight on the top. And then Cora Jade does knock Tiffany Strand down. And then, as she goes to pull the briefcase down, she's tipped off by Piper Niven. And then Piper, she gets her ladder in position. She climbs. She gets her hands on the briefcase. And then Utami Hayashishita knocks Piper Niven down. And that's the last hurdle. As Utami, just like she did 24 hours ago, unhooks Money in the Bank. I did it to throw you off. It's been a tradition where, the person who pulls the briefcase down, we know they're not winning. Specifically wanted to make sure. I don't know if I did it last year or the year before. I'm sure you'll probably let me know if I did. Because, that's a sort of silly idea I also would have had in another year. But yes, it was done specifically to throw you off into going, oh, I guess Utami's not winning. Oh no, she did. Again, like I said with the men's match, I like looking at this like there'd be a certain number of obvious winners. Obviously, in my mind, if I was watching this and wasn't me booking, I'd have been like, oh, it's going to be Cora or Utami or maybe Tiffany. And yeah, judging on these performances, I definitely made the right choice. But Queendom hold the gold. Oh, sorry, not the gold. They hold the golden ticket to get the gold back. And now don't forget, last year, the Money in the Bank briefcase was a failed cash-in for the women. So it is possible that, we could see the women fail because it's happened before. Main event time. The final match I will ever book on TEW 2020. And it could be a 100. Yeah. Seth Rollins, Gunter, Cody Rhodes. Cody and Seth had a 99 that had a clash at the castle in Glasgow. And then Gunter returned, first time since WrestleMania, laid out both men. It's led to a triple threat match here tonight for the WWE Championship. Who will take the title into TEW 9? Cody Rhodes, Gunther, or Seth Rollins? Another fucking 99. Oh, he was so close. I a part of me thought this would be a 100. And it should have been, but it gets a 99 again. Cody gets a 95, a 97 for Seth, and a 97 for Gunther. And yeah, you know, you can imagine the triple threat match here. It's fucking banger. It goes 23 minutes 25. Gunther is, you know, raining chops down on both men. A lot of the time, Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes do have to work together. But don't forget, last time they were on Raw together, physically, Seth Rollins laid Cody out of a super kick. Like, right after they'd worked together. So, they're still animosity. And there will always be animosity between Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. And in the end, you know, Seth, he's going up top. He's going to hit a top rope curb stomp on Gunther. Gunther chops him out of the air. Gunther plants him down with that last symphony. And Cody Rhodes flies in with a Cody cutter. He takes Gunther down. He drops Gunther with a crossroads. He drops Seth Rollins with a crossroads. And Cody once again pins Seth Rollins to retain the WWE Championship. To make defense number 6 of the WWE title. Gunther had him, but Cody, I guess, death, taxes, and Cody Rhodes defeats Seth Rollins. Yeah. And still, WWE Champion. The American Nightmare. Cody Rhodes. This is another one where I was like, yeah, there's a story where I could put the belt on Gunther here, but I decided against it. For where I'm going, I felt, you know, Cody should probably win this match. Yeah, 95 for Cody, 97 for Seth, and 97 for Gunther. And that ends the final show of TEW 2020. That ends Money in the Bank. It'll probably get a 100. It does. Nice. Whew. So yeah. You know, think all the way back, 2020, June 2020. We were in lockdown, you know. The whole world had gone to shit. And then a silly little new TEW game came out that day. And I said, you know, it's time to reboot Challenge Run. And here we start, you know. I've had this save since the game's release to the release of the new game. And of course I'll be taking it, and you hopefully along with me, for the new game. So yeah, it's a little bit emotional, actually. I'm sitting here staring at this result screen on this game for the final time. But yeah, what matters more than even the 100 is what you thought of the show. So do let me know what you thought in the comments below. Do let me know what you thought of the TEW 2020 Challenge Run. And I'll see you next time for episode 0, I guess it will be called, of TEW 9 Challenge Run, where we'll be taking goals. Yes, don't you worry, we've got goal saying. And we'll be going over, you know, the stuff for me to catch up any new viewers, but most importantly, you know, to keep you up to date, because hopefully you'll be coming along for the ride for another, however many years it is. 4 years, you know. I'll be 31 years old and I'll still be sitting here doing this. But yes, now more than ever, I really, truly hope I'll see you then. Hello, we're here, you know. I'm sorry, we just did that big, emotional, ending of Money in the Bank, and this is a bit anticlimactic now, but I thought I would just go over the rest of the year awards half year, and it's actually very appropriate in the first half of this year, so effectively, this is the rest of 2024 in this game, and then, you know, the next half of the year will be on the next game. But yes, rest of the year so far, you know, half year awards, here we are. Rest of the year, who else but Bryan Danielson? You know, how's he doing, actually, you know? I know he's been fucking sick, because he's Daniel Bryan, but, you know, specifically, how's he doing? Average 89, yep. Okay. Adding that 98 on really pushed him over the edge, I guess. Company of the year. I'm not even going to click this off. There's absolutely no doubt that it's me. Team of the year. I'm going to guess Steiner, Bryan, and Pete Dunne. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Okay. Because I guess they did hold the belts until Mania. Yeah, that's fair. So, sure. Match of the year. Either that triple threat we just did, or, you know, the Mania main event. Any of the 99s we've got. CM Punk and AJ Lee against Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. Okay. Sure. That was a 99, so yeah. Show of the year. Any of our 100s. Vengeance. Sure. Young Wrestler of the year. I don't know who that will be. Roxy. Okay. Yeah, fair. Veteran Wrestler of the Year, Dan O'Brien, maybe? Randy. Okay. Female Wrestler of the Year. I don't think this will be Io, because Io hasn't wrestled since Mania, but also it could be Io, it could be Rhea. It definitely might be Rhea. Dakota, let's go. We love that. We absolutely love to see that. Yes, nice. Independent Wrestler of the Year obviously won't be ours. It is Forastero. He's currently unemployed. Let's sign him to AAA. Okay, nice. Now I will actually see you for TW9.